Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Today we will study about methods of the mixture separation. The first is mechanical separation, often by hand, takes advantage of physical properties such as color and shape. In here, based on the color, you have the candy, a lot of candy in here with the different color. The first is red, blue, the second blue, and the third is brown. By using the metal like this, the tool of the metal in here, and then you can separate one to the other based on the color. In the daily life, people use in recycling plastic, paper, and metal. The other is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation takes advantage of the physical properties of magnetism. Here, for example, you have mixture of iron and sulfur, and you have to separate one to the other. What you have to do? You can use the magnet in here. Just put the magnet near to the mixture here, and then the iron will be attracted to the magnet. In this case, you already separate iron from the mixture. In the daily life, people use it in separating metals in the scrap yard. The third is filtration. Filtration takes advantage of the physical properties of the state of the matter. A screen lets the liquid particle through but traps the solid particle. In here, you can imagine separate coffee. In the coffee, there are two layers. There are two kinds of the state. The first is liquid in here, and the other is the sediment. And then you have to separate between the liquid and sediment. Sediment is kind of the solid substance living in below, in the bottoms. So in this case, by using filtered paper, you can separate between the liquid and the solid. In the daily life, people use in filtering coffee and spaghetti. In the daily life also, in here, people use to separate solid particle of different size. In here you can see, right? To separate solid that will come to the window like this. Example, window screen, an air filter, and the sand sieve. Okay. Decanting. Decanting is to pour of liquid leaving another liquid or solid behind. Takes advantage of different in density. You know that if there are two substances with the different density, I mean one liquid, the other is the solid, it will separate one to the other. But there is the two layer in here. The first is solid below and the other is the liquid. How to separate? It's very easy by decanting like this. Okay. In the daily life is to decant a liquid from precipitate. Precipitate, that means solid, that means sediment, the same meaning, or water from rice. The other is distillation. What is distillation? Distillation is the separation of a mixture of liquid based on the physical properties of boiling point. You can see in here. I will explain you. I will take here seawater. And then you want to separate pure water and salt in here. How to do that? By using distillation. If you want to take the water from the seawater, how to do that? The first you heat the seawater in the flask, and then water will evaporate and go to the cooler. In the cooler, water means the gas of the water will change to be the liquid and go in here in Erlenmeyer. This is the pure water. In this case, you already separate pure water from the seawater. In the daily life, the distillation used in distillation of the alcohol or oil. Here, a distillation tower or still. This is distillation to separate between the gasoline and then between the kerosene and blah 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 from the root oil. This is the scheme of the distillation. Now, evaporations. What is evaporation? Evaporation is vaporizing a liquid and leaving the dissolved solid behind, used to separate salt solution. In here, you have the figures of the salt. How to get it? The first is you have the seawater. Seawater, that means mixture between water and salt. And then if you can evaporate water, and then the rest become salt in here. So, method of mixture separation in here, evaporation, is to make loose water from the solution by evaporation. Example in the daily life is obtaining sea salt from sea water. Here, what is it? It is the figure of the farmer of salt. And then after that, what is it? Here, centrifuge. What is the centrifuge? Circular motion help denser component sink to the bottom faster. For example, I want to give blood. Blood consists of the sediment and the liquid. To separate sediment or precipitate to filtrate or liquid is by applying centrifuge. It will rotate very fast, and finally blood will separate into two layers. The first layer is the sediment or precipitate, and then the other is liquid above. Next, paper chromatography. What is the paper chromatography? The paper chromatography is like this. And then if you have the tissue and you put in here, right, in here, into the water, above, not touch to the water, you put the original plant pigments. And then the water will go up and bring the pigments until here. In the way to the top, the pigment will be separated into many substances. The first is chlorophyll B, the second is chlorophyll A, and finally carotene pigments, like this. Paper chromatography uses the properties of molecular attraction to separate a mixture. Different molecules have different attraction for the paper. The stationary phase vs the solvents, the mobile phase. Example, the separation of plant pigment and dyes, like this. Why? One to the other can separate because they have different attraction to the paper. So, the Chlorophyll B has lower attraction for the paper. But here, this is the higher one. Next, fractional crystallization. Okay, dissolved substance crystallize out of a solution when their solubility limit enriched as solution cools. Example, growing rock candy or crystallization of a magma chamber. Yeah. In here, yeah, if there is the saturated liquid, that means maximal solvent in the solution, the condition of the maximal solute in the solvents to make the solution. If you hit the solution, finally there is the crystal coming from the solution. It is almost the same as the what happened to evaporation of the water from the seawater. It's almost like this. Okay, now I want to explain step to give you the other crystallization. Next, here I want to give here is the what is it here? Yeah, there is the process of the crystallization. The first, you have the mixture between salt and the water, that means seawater. You put into evaporation disease, and you have the Bunsen burner to heat the liquid in here, and then the water will evaporate and the salt will crystallize. Yeah, crystallize in here and become the crystal of the salt. This is the crystallization of salt. Okay, student, you already studied a lot of the explanation from here. Thank you.